This is for Year 10 Methods Pathways. We're going to look at question 2 from exercise 3.3. So 3.3 is just all about plotting graphs. So for example, if I want to do we want to graph y equals quarter x squared, and we want to plot it between -3 and 3. So what you'd have to do is a table of values. You're going from between -3 and 3. So you've got your x values here and your corresponding y values there. So this will be a 0, 1, 2, 3. There you go, -1, -2, -3. Now, we've got to sub all these x values into the equation to get your corresponding y value. So, for example, if I have x equals -3, when I sub that in, I get y equals a quarter by -3 squared. So let's work that out. -3 squared is 9, because it's -3 times -3. 9 times a quarter is 9 over 4. Okay, 9 over 4 is as a number is 2.25. Okay, or as a as a decimal. So this is 2.25. When I sub in x equals -2, you get y equals a quarter -2 squared. So -2 squared is 4. 4 times a quarter is just 1. Okay, so it's 1 here. 1, not -1. 1 there. Erase that. 1. When I sub in -1, x equals -1, I get y equals a quarter, -1 squared. So that's 1 squared is 1, so it's 1 quarter, so it's 0.25. The reason why I'm doing decimals is because it's easier to understand when I draw it on the scale. When I sub in 0, when x equals 0, the x equals 0, so 0 times a quarter is 0, okay? And when I sub in 1, 2, and 3, I get the same values as my negative version, okay? So this will be 0.25, this will be 1, this will be 2.25, okay? So all I need to do is plot the graph. I need to choose the appropriate scale. So the x scale is pretty much done for us. So you got your y, you got your x, 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3. And your y scale is between, we can go in point fives maybe. Okay, so 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2. So 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. So I think that's a good scale. So when x is, so let's plot it. So when x is 0, you get 0. When x is 1, you get 0.25. 0.25 is half of 0.5, so it's here. When x is 2, you get 1, so it's here. When x is 3, you get 2.25, which is here. And it's essentially the same over here. So when it's -1, you get 0.25. When it's -2, you get 1. When it's -3, you get 2.25, which is here. So join the dots. Okay, and hey presto, you've got your graph. Okay. Now sometimes they ask you for your turning point. So your turning point is where it turns, or where your vertex is. It's 0, 0, and your axis of symmetry. Where's it symmetrical? If you were to do axis of symmetry, it's symmetrical at x equals 0. That's the equation for the mirror. So if you were to draw a mirror, this half of the graph would be the same as that half. Okay. So that's essentially how you do 2 part A. Let's do 2 part B very quickly. So I'll rub everything up. We're going to have to draw another table of values. I'll rub everything up first. Okay. So for part B, this is a bit more tricky because it doesn't say to draw a table of values from -3 to 3. We're going from -1 to 5. So for our table values, we're going to change it. So we've got x, y. We're going from -1 to 5. So -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We stop there. Don't need that. Sub in -1's equation. So when x equals -1, y equals to -1 squared minus 4 times -1. So you're going to work this out. 1 squared is 1. -4 times -1 is +4. So that's equal to 5. When x equals 0, you get 0 because they've both got x's in it. So it will end up being 0. When x equals 1, you get 1 squared minus 4 times 1, which is just 1 minus 4, which is -3. 2, when x is 2, you go 2 squared minus 4 times 2. 4 minus 4 is 0. Oh no, it's not 4 minus 4, it's 4 minus 8, so it's -4. When x is 3, you get 3 squared, which is 9, minus 4 times 3, which is 12, so it's -3. When x is 4, you get 4 squared, which is 16, minus 4 times 4. Hang on, 4 squared is, 4 squared is 16, minus 4 times 4, which is also 16, so that gives you 0. 5, so when x is 5, 5 squared is 25, minus 4 times 5 is 20. That gives you 5, +5. So we've done our table values. Let's draw the graph. So we'll go for red to draw the scale. Okay, so I'm going to draw the scale. We're going to need more over here. Oops, we're going to need more over here. Okay, so we're starting at -1. We're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what you notice the y values go from +5 to -5. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So all I need to do is plot the points. Okay, so we've got -1, 5. -1, 5 is up here. 0, 0 is here. We've got 1, -3. 1, -3 is over here. 1, 2, 3. -1, -3. 1, -3. 2, -4. 2, -4 is here. 2, -4 is here. 3, -3 is here. 4, 0 is here. And 5, 5 is here. Okay, so all I need to do is join the dots, and we should get our quadratic. Okay, and that's our parabola shape. Now, as you can see, the turning point is here. So our turning point is, that's -4, 2, -4. So turning point is at 2, -4. And our axis of symmetry, AOS, is when x equals 2, if I draw a line there, x equals to 2. Okay, so hopefully that helps you get an idea of how to plot a graph.